Dexter plays GemCraft FrostBorn Wrath from Games in a Bottle.
Welcome back to GemCraft FrostBorn Wrath. We're going to do the Field A4 in Endurance mode. I think, I got to go find my Endurance setup. How about we pick A3, set XP record levels. AP here. There we go. So that's what we'll use. So real quick, let's take a look. My talismans. Here's my talisman setup. I'm maxed across the board as far as what I've spent on my talismans. I do not have max talismans at all, and I also have a couple of rows that are not getting bonuses, but I have upgraded to the point where I think I'm comfortable, certainly. And here is the summation of all of that. You can always freeze that point if you want to take a look at it. Skill-wise, I'm using this as my skill split. I will do one more endurance run and talk about high-level endurance stuff as I understand it. I will give you resources that I have been using so that you can go off and hone your own high-level endurance runs, your skills for that, and I'll try to explain them as best I can so that hopefully they will become clearer. But here's where we are. We're going to be using some fusion, some true colors, a smattering of resonance, some crit, a bunch of mana leech, fury, a little bit of amp, and a bit of traps and seeker sets. So I'm going to come out with 17,000 mana total. Let's go ahead and jump in. Here's what the skill set's going to be for us in Journeyman mode. We're going to be using some Adaptive Carapace. We are going to do max Dark Masonry, and again, I will probably go through and block all of the potential spawn points for Dark Masonry so that I get the bonus of having max Dark Masonry without the pain of having Dark Masonry. We will also use max Insulation as we're going to use the mana farm to strip off shielding. So this really won't matter to us. We're going to have max Vital Link, which gives them a lot of extra hit points, and that's fine because we do want things to be running over our mana farm and potentially getting through and then dying on our crit trap. We also have Giant Domination. It's easier for us to drain and deal with giants than it is to deal with swarmlings because giants move slower and we'll drain more from them than we will from the same number of swarmlings. And then we've got Strength in Numbers, which again just ups the amount of armor, but since we're going to be using primarily traps, who cares? So this gives us gives us the best bonus to our traits without adding a lot of difficulty. We're going to also use Max Haste. This is one that you could potentially start shutting down a little bit in really high-level endurance runs because the haste is really not something that's going to give you... you want things to go over your traps slower, so that's not good. Certainly in the middle, early runs, I would say don't do any Corrupted Banishment at all. There are those who say that at the high levels, you want to do max Corrupted Banishment because you want to kill everything before it hits your orb. And when it starts to hit your orb, you should be backing off anyway. And at some point, you do what they call selling off your mana farm because you're not really trying to get to the end of your endurance run. You're trying to get the maximum amount of XP from your endurance run. I'm trying to get to the end, so we're going to leave that out. We got the last thing we got here is the Max Ritual. I kind of like dealing with the critters coming on the board. I mean, it adds a little bit of flavor, but it's up to you if you want to keep this up there or not. We are not going to do Swarmlings because, again, there's a Swarming Domination, and then there's Swarming Parasites. Both of these add a bunch of little guys on the map, which I don't want to deal with, especially if they're dying on the crit trap, because then they spawn those guys on the crit trap, and I don't get a chance to get mana from them. And then there's the Overcrowd, which actually I think is one you could beat up if you want to. It does, it just increases the number, and the number of things running over your mana traps to a point gives you extra mana. So certainly something. This is the first one I would start to crank up if I started cranking anything up. There's Hatred, which gives them more hit points. Again, this is akin to Vital Link. So I would think the Hatred might be something we could turn up, but we'll talk about that more in the high-end runs. And then Awakening here, which gives a higher HP increment as they go on. We do want hit points, but there's a point where we don't want them anymore. And then there's the Thick Air, which just means that they aren't going to take much damage when they get hit. And because we're looking to do as few hits as possible with the kill traps, we don't want to do this. So Thick Air won't be in the mix. All right, with that, let's get going. Okay, so in the endurance run, it looks like we still have the static beacon, and I do see the guy in the middle, so it looks like we might have to deal with him again, which is fine. All right, and then we've got how many? 314 waves? Yay. We already know that I want to put my traps over here. And I'm going to put a wall right there. Let's be mana efficient. Actually, I didn't even need to do that. I could have just done... That's fine, I guess. I could have gone across there to save some mana. And yeah, we will... we talked the last time about doing this, right? Yes, that's in range, and that just needs an upgrade to be in range. Yep, there we go. So we'll do the upgrade now. So both of those will be hammering on the obelisks, which is what I want. Let's go ahead and put in our mana trap. We'll put in our amps. And once I blow up these things, I could probably put amps across the bottom too. Highest shielded, highest armored. Duping them gives the same thing, so you'll see that they're still shielded. Highest armor, highest shielded. So that's why we're doing that. We're going to put our kill gem over here. And keep everybody in sync. I like to be 2 to 3 off, so 1 to 4, 2 to 5, 3 to 6, that along those lines. And I think I got a kill gem. I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to get it closer to my orb for purposes of being sure I get what I want here, if you will. And then we will amp it. This is not really my kill gem, but my removal of stuff gem. Okay, and I'm going to put that on structures as well. All right, so I think I've got everything I want to put down at the moment. Let us start doing some upgrades. All right, done with the upgrades. Buff. I don't think you're going to be in range, are you? We'll give it a try. You are in range. Good. All right, how am I doing here? I'm doing fine. All right, I clearly need to... Oh, this is getting thrown stuff in there, eh? Okay, let's do this. These guys are coming around here. Coming in through here. Oh, I see. They were doing yeah, I missed a couple of walls. All right. Now I'm better. Right? Yes, I'm better. Okay. And I'm going to want to go back to structure. I'm going to block this stuff off. Clear off these guys. I still have Omni beacons on? I thought I turned that off. I was pretty sure I'd done that, but I guess not. Alright, now that we got all those taken care of, put this back here. I'm going to go ahead and do my walling, so I'll be right back here. Okay, we've done that. Let's go back and take a look at our upgrades. I've got 6 and 6 there, and 6 there, and a 4 over there. Right, everybody's beefed up. They are. 5 and 5 again over here. Meant to do a couple upgrades. All right, so what are we at? We're at 9. Well, that worked out pretty well, I think. 89 million. And I got a decent corner fragment. And 7,000 shadow cores. I'll work with that. So that was a pretty good final run. I got all 314 waves in. And I got down to about 400 and something left before I got overrun. But thank you for joining me. Come back and join me in the next episode, which we will go over the story, and then after that, I will do a high level endurance run and give you my resources that I'm using. So thanks again. Take care. Bye bye.
Creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go with the windows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a